Hey Formula One fans! Aston Martin is gearing up for a major surprise. While everyone thought this break would be quiet, they've already got their eyes on a drastic change for the team's future. Will this move push them to the top or backfire spectacularly? And more. Verstappen has had enough. The champ couldn't take the gossip about Red Bull anymore and set the record straight. What's really going on behind these strange accusations? We're about to find out right now. Formula One news is heating up, so don't waste any time. Subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop on all the latest Formula One updates. Just press the subscribe button below the video. It's quick, free, and doesn't require any sign-up. This is F1 Fastline News, your daily Formula One news source. Let's get straight to it. Today, we're diving into an important topic that's been stirring behind the scenes in Formula One, and you're going to love hearing the exclusive details about what Aston Martin has been cooking up during this break. Of course, this break in the calendar, 3 weeks between the Singapore and Austin GPs, doesn't mean the teams are sitting back and relaxing. Quite the opposite. Things are full throttle, especially at Aston Martin, where they're using the time to focus on something crucial for their future. Tom McCullough, the team's performance director, revealed that their focus has shifted a bit. They're using this extra time to not only work on their 2024 car, but more importantly, on 2025 and the massive overhaul coming in 2026. Now, let's be honest here. This break, which is a new thing in the Formula One calendar, could be a golden opportunity for teams. But you've got to wonder, is everyone taking advantage of it the way Aston Martin is? The big news is that with the Honda partnership coming in 2026, Aston Martin doesn't want to just be another customer anymore. They're gearing up for something much bigger, something that could put the team in a top position over the next few years. After all, Honda helped Red Bull secure 2 consecutive Constructors' Championships, so we can expect big things from this union. But here's the kicker. Will this transition be smooth? And more importantly, will Aston Martin be able to deliver a car that meets the expectations in 2026, or are we looking at another long-term promise that might fall short? While the mandatory August break imposes strict limitations, this new 3-week pause doesn't. That means teams were free to keep working, and Aston Martin hasn't wasted a second. They've been in face-to-face meetings with Honda, planning every detail of this partnership. At the same time, they're busy at their brand new Silverstone headquarters, which McCullough takes pride in. Moving to a new base of operations is no small feat, folks, and it shows that the team is taking this new phase very seriously. Now, here's an interesting detail worth pointing out. Development on the 2024 car is already winding down. Yes, you heard that right. This shows Aston Martin is playing the long game, placing much of their focus on 2025 and 2026. But this brings up another question. Could this decision hurt the team's performance next year? After all, 2024 is still a season that matters, and the competition isn't going to get any less fierce. Speaking of performance, McCullough made it clear that beyond the technical aspects, the team is also juggling other issues that are part of running a Formula One outfit. From human resources reviews to strategies for improving the car, they've got a lot of plates spinning, which makes me wonder, with so many areas to manage, is Aston Martin getting organized in the best way to compete with the big teams? This is where my analysis comes in. Aston Martin has the potential to make a massive leap, especially with Honda coming on board. But the road to 2026 is full of challenges. Can they balance developing the 2024 and 2025 cars without sacrificing immediate performance? Shifting gears, let's talk about the rumors that started swirling right after Red Bull's performance took a dip, mainly around the Miami Grand Prix in May. McLaren brought in a massive upgrade package for the MCL38, and it put them on a whole new level, winning races and leaving Red Bull behind. This was a shock to everyone, especially since Red Bull dominated the start of the season. But what happened? Did they make a mistake in developing the car? And more importantly, is there any truth to these rumors about asymmetric braking? What we know is that the FIA tightened regulations on asymmetric braking, a system that could theoretically give an advantage at certain points in a race. But according to the FIA, this rule change wasn't made because any current team was using the system. Still, speculation that Red Bull was benefiting from this system gained traction. Now let's think about it. Was this really what caused Red Bull's performance drop? Verstappen, always straightforward, said he finds all of this really bizarre. He finds it funny how people come up with these things and doesn't seem too bothered by the talk. And here's an interesting point. Verstappen has been in Formula One for 10 years. The guy knows how the game works. He doesn't waste time with this kind of gossip and prefers to focus on what really matters, which is driving the car the best way possible. But is he right to just ignore this? Could this, I don't care what they say attitude be hiding something bigger going on within Red Bull? After all, we're talking about a team that was dominating, and suddenly they hit a rough patch. Naturally, people start to question what changed. Another interesting aspect of this story is the rivalry between Red Bull and McLaren. Zak Brown, McLaren's CEO, didn't waste any time and took the opportunity to take a jab at Red Bull, saying the team was destabilized and that the environment was toxic. Well, folks, this is where things start to get tense. Brown is basically saying that Red Bull's problems aren't just on the track but also behind the scenes, and that's a serious claim. Now, Verstappen didn't hold back and responded, saying people should focus more on their own teams. And honestly, he's got a point here. Instead of talking about Red Bull's issues, maybe Brown should focus on keeping McLaren's performance at the top. But of course, that doesn't mean Red Bull is off the hook. On the contrary, they need to fix their mistakes quickly because the Constructors' Championship is slipping away. In fact, McLaren has already overtaken Red Bull in the Constructors' standings, and Lando Norris is now in the race for the driver's title, going head-to-head with Verstappen. We even saw a collision between the two in Austria, which has only fueled this rivalry further. However, Verstappen was clear in saying he doesn't think it's going to be as intense as the famous 2021 clash between him and Lewis Hamilton, and he explained why. Back then, the fight was just between two drivers. Now we have 4 teams fighting at the top, which takes some of the pressure off. Another important detail Verstappen mentioned was that in 2021, he was chasing his first world title. That naturally adds way more emotional weight. Now with 2 titles under his belt, he's more relaxed, though still laser-focused on defending his current 52-point lead in the championship. But let's think about this. Could this extra confidence end up working against him? Formula One is an unpredictable sport, and relaxing too much could be dangerous, especially when McLaren and other teams are coming in hot. The question is, can Verstappen maintain this lead until the end of the season? Or are we about to witness a historic comeback in the championship? And of course, I can't leave without asking you, what do you make of all this? Do you agree with Verstappen that these Red Bull rumors are just made-up nonsense? Or do you think there could be something more happening behind the scenes? And as for McLaren, are they really ready to take on the role of Red Bull's top rivals? And what do you think about Aston Martin's strategy? Do you believe that slowing down development on the 2024 car is a smart move, or are they taking too big of a risk? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to know what you think. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Here, we talk Formula One with no filter, strong opinions, and tons of information. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and come be a part of this passionate F1 fan community. If you liked this video, leave a like and share it with your fellow Formula One fanatics. Let's grow this F1 fan base together. See you next time, speeding towards victory.